we've got a couple of chickens on this week's Crit Sandwich. Welcome to Crit Sandwich, the world's tastiest D&D podcast. Crit Sandwich is 4 friends playing 5th edition D&D with random settings and plots. We use adult language, have inconsistent character voices, and screw up the rules. If this is your first time listening, go back and check out our first 2 campaigns. They are there and ready for you to binge. You can start at any episode 0 or 1. In episode 0, we roll on a chart to build the campaign. We are deep into Robbie's campaign, which we are calling Middle School. To my left, hey, I'm Casey Sears. I'm your host, and I'm playing Nick Nada. To my left, Matt Popich.
Sup, dog?
Across the table from me, Chuck Ventus.
Hello, I'm Chuck, and I'm playing Nathan Nada.
Oh yeah, Matt, who you playing?
Nobody cares. He's a snake
we're pros.
bitch.
We got this.
Yeah, we're dead on today.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm too busy looking at levels because we have some new microphones and a whole new setup today. So hopefully it sounds a little bit better on your end. A little too busy playing engineer to be a good host, but to my right, I'm going to hand it off to Mr. Robbie Ponder, our DM.
Thank you, Casey. Can you have time to look up your character's ideal? What is your character's ideal?
Are you going to ask us to do this
Yeah,
too?
go ahead, Matt.
Okay. Well, I haven't done it yet. I just thought I'd be prepared.
I'll go first. I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go too, and he asked me first, so I'm going to go first.
Aw.
My character's ideal is aspiration. I'm going to prove that I'm worthy of a better life.
Okay, how does that fit in for Nick? How does that fit into his character?
Well, so we, my brother and I, when we were living in LA, our family life was a mess. We had just moved to the city, and we were kind of just doing our own things, living, I don't want to say necessarily on the street. We had a home, but we were never ever there. Just broke, poor kids growing up. Now that I've discovered my elemental powers, I'm going to, prove to everyone else that I am cool and smart and a badass and worthy of, greatness.
Yeah, so your father was never around, and your mother, did she work 2 jobs to support you too?
Yeah, she's just not around. She's not the best either.
Okay.
Neither of my parents really were the best in this game. Hi, Mom and Dad, I love you.
Matt, what is your character's ideal, and how does it fit into Shah's background, his character?
So he's chaotic. So that's part of they all have like a type to them. What was yours, Casey? It should say like neutral or chaotic or...
My ideal is aspirational. I don't know. It doesn't say, or it just says aspiration. It doesn't say...
Okay. So mine says change.
Oh, man.
The low are lifted up and the high and mighty are brought down. Change is simply the nature of things.
He's trying to change it, the human race to snake race. He's a snake.
How does that fit into Shah's character? How does it fit in?
Yeah, tell us how it fits.
Well, so
without
he was...
revealing too much information, please.
No, I mean, he grew up in the streets, riffraff street rat. Little Aladdin reference there. And was a thief and, kind of saw like the worst of humanity throughout his whole life and would believe that, there's these super rich people out there in the world and thinks that there should be a level playing field.
Chuck, and what is Nate's ideal, and how does it fit into his character?
Freedom! The ocean and surfing, a wave is freedom, my friend. Freedom to go anywhere and do anything. I'm chaotic. So that's my dude. He's a surfer, don't forget.
Okay, so some recap. On the last few episodes, Headmaster Middle stated he worships the elements in the second episode. But later on, you guys find out that Dundar is all the elements combined. If you never picked up on that, there you go. Headmaster Middle gave Shah some robes. He also told Shah, I have cancer. Then he told Shah that he is lovable the way he is. Shah, you should just be yourself. I love you just the way you are. And then they hugged and embraced each other. Then Shah used PTSD and dusted Headmaster Middle.
Mm-hmm.
He dusted him.
Yeah, he did. I wish it was like actually dusting him though.
And you two, you guys find out that
that is not what I meant when I said dusting.
No one
I was talking
thought
about,
that's
like,
what you
killing
meant.
someone.
That was so weird.
Yeah.
I didn't really know the metaphor, so I just ignored it.
Yeah, when you say you're going to dust somebody, that means you're
Kill
going to,
them.
like, kill them.
That's just kill them. Not jerk them off. I think
Yeah.
that's what Chuck took it as. I don't understand.
Splatting, not
That's
dusting.
totally different.
He dusted me. Yeah.
Okay, let me re-say that.
Ooh, I want that girl
we
to
get back on
dust
track.
me. Yeah, that's no one says
That
that.
sounds rough.
Right. It doesn't work.
So after Shaw and Headmaster Middle hugged, and then later Shaw used PTSD on Headmaster Middle, and you found out that he is Yuan-Ti. Not only was there suspicion about Headmaster Middle, but you guys also have suspicion for Shaw, your party member.
There's no suspicion about Middle anymore.
Yes, no suspicion about him anymore. Nate, you finally made a high charisma check on leveling butter. Nick, you accept Shaw into the party, stating that maybe he has those features because it's his element. Using yourself having red hair and being a fire elementalist as an example. But let me remind you of Shaw's past.
All right. This is just some bullshit, but all right.
Yeah,
whatever.
we're all piling on.
I know.
He's laying it on real thick.
I think we should just use that true dust.
His eyes pop out, kind of like a frog. Kind of like a frog. Kind of like a frog. I see you guys kind of whispering and looking at me, and I kind of like show you my fangs a little bit. Show you my fangs. Show you my fangs. I will go ahead and hiss at this snake in front of us. Hiss at this snake.
Oh, nice.
Hiss at this snake.
It's funny. Kind of like a frog. He's got fangs, and he's hissing. Okay.
After finding out that Headmaster Middle is Yuan-Ti, you guys, needing to rest, ran and boarded up the cafeteria to rest. Everything that was in the cafeteria that night was Nate, Nick, and Shaw. Axel Blaze, Sam, Charlie, and Loveline were in there with you. Did I miss anyone that was in there with you guys?
Some dwarves.
Before you guys boarded it up, they would have left the cafeteria.
Maybe we should dust one of those dwarves.
Ooh.
I don't know what their deal is.
So in the morning after you guys woke up in the cafeteria, you guys unboarded the door, you traveled to the Future Museum, you dusted a painting of world leaders and found out that most people on the painting and their bodyguards are Yuan-Ti, and they are waiting to strike when Dundar is reborn. When elementalists lose their power, they are ready to eat and take over the world. Lastly, you guys traveled to Seth Middle's statue and dusted it, finding out his nameplate no longer has a date of death, and he has an extra S on Seth. The once human is now Yuan-Ti and belly full. First thing you guys would notice that this statue is a cobra head, and it is the same head on Headmaster Middle. Like, because Headmaster Middle has 3 heads, this is the same head in the middle of Headmaster Middle, the cobra head.
Oh, so maybe he's
Whoa.
the same person? I missed that.
I just said that this time. No one missed it. I just didn't have time last time to say that.
Okay.
The plot thickens.
Yeah, so he might be the same person from back then.
But also, like, maybe he's absorbed some other snakes or something, or grown more powerful.
Yeah, grown more powerful, grown more heads.
Oh, is the statue a color? The middle statue, or is it just like a metal, bronzy looking thing?
Just a metal bronze thing.
Okay.
Do you guys have any questions before we begin?
How do we not die?
You just have to
What,
figure out my hints and
middle.
pick up on some things.
Did middle, like the cobra heads, like, did they look like they were certain colors or anything like that, or they all look the same?
I did say in the past when Headmaster Middle revealed himself, his heads were red, blue, and yellow.
Red, blue, and yellow.
Yes, the cobra head was a blue head.
Blue head.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it was 3 different snake types.
3 different
Yes,
snake
there were 3
heads.
different snake on Headmaster Middle had
Yeah.
3 different heads.
I know he had 3 different heads, but I was picturing them all the same head.
Oh, they're different snake heads.
But
Okay.
the cobra head in the center was blue.
Okay,
And
so
it
we
looks
know
like
that.
Seth Middle.
All right. So now, we know Seth Middle is blue. Or was, I don't know if that's going to be important or not, but we know that he was blue, probably. I don't know.
So Headmaster Middle's 3 heads. The red one is a copperhead. The center one, which is a blue one, is a cobra head. And the one to the far right is if you knew anything about snakes, which we probably wouldn't be able to tell them apart, is a black mamba. But that color is actually the yellow color. A dark yellow. So this entire time, I've been spelling Dundar, D-U-N-D-A-R, but it's spelled D-E-N-D-A-R. So I just wanted to clarify that Matt, you were correct. Yeah, it sounds more nice when you say Dundar, though. It's a lot nicer sounding. So you four, which Loveling, you three characters and Loveling, you guys are all around the statue of Seth Middle.
What should we do now?
How much? Let's do an inventory check. How much PTSD do we have?
I don't think I have any.
I've got one.
I dusted Headmaster Middle, so I don't have any left.
We found 2 in the was it Tomorrow Wishland, and we used 1 on the statue. Or Loveline found 2. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she found 2.
Loveline found 2, gave them to me. I used 1 on the statue, so I have 1.
Okay, my notes say 0.
Hey, y'all. I can't remember, but did that book we had, did we talk about a Seth in that book?
Would I recall any information?
You can pull the book out and look.
Can't pull. Okay. Do I have it? Yeah.
Do you have it?
I don't know.
Who has the book?
I imagine Loveline would. I thought she was the last one reading it. Or no, you actually, or we took it from, sorry, it's been a while since we played. Or did you take it from her? Maybe you took it from her and then we were reading it together.
I actually have it.
Oh.
So Chuck went to sleep with it on. How did you get it?
I probably pilfered it while Chuck was sleeping, so.
You got it.
Yeah, I got it.
So when Loveline asked for the book, do you pull it out?
Yeah, I don't really see it as like a, you just kind of steal from people. That's just life. So
you guys have been like looking at this book and not sharing any of the information with him. So
Yeah.
I would think that, that'd be fitting that you would want the book.
yeah. Did I learn anything about Seth Middle?
Loveline would try to help you look up things about Seth Middle. Go ahead and roll for me.
With advantage because I have Loveline helping me.
Yeah. So you have assistance.
What check is this?
Some type of intelligence, like investigation would be good.
Okay. 16.
16. So you guys look through the book and you find out, well, right here it says Seth, he is the one leader that will bring back the UNT back into power. And Seth is responsible for the UNT survival. Well, that would make sense. What I don't get though, it's why is there a date of death on here when there's a tomb for Seth Middle right down yonder? And now, right here too, it also reads that Seth is the master of deception.
There was no date of death on the statue. I think he's still alive. I think that's him.
So, wait, you say his tomb is on the campus?
Yeah, right down yonder.
Can
Guys?
you show us?
Maybe we should check that place out.
Let's go open it.
Yeah.
Tomb for him is next to the temple.
I think that's where we're going.
Let's do it.
I feel like last time we were talking about trying to find like a radio station or something to broadcast to the world. Are we just scrapping that plan?
You were talking about that, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a good
getting the
idea.
news
Just
channels
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
But the problem I think we ran into is that we didn't know who we were talking to on the other end, or if they were UNT themselves.
Yeah. Well, also the problem, like we went to the Future Museum, but a lot of that stuff was like fake and paper mache, so it's not
we all
like there
had
was a lot of technology to use.
We all had terrible rolls, so we couldn't find anything. But yeah,
All right. Well, I guess we'll take matters in our own hands and try and take this guy down.
that was
ourselves,
my
right?
plan. I was like, screw this guy.
Is
Let's
there
go
a
fight
student
him.
radio station on campus? Is there like a college radio, campus radio?
No. Loveline was like, yeah, his tomb is, we don't ever really go there, but it's kind of next to the temple off, and Dreamland is kind of off to the side. No one ever really goes over there.
Let's go.
We go.
I'll let Loveline walk. In
So
front
you
of me.
guys hear someone coming up to you guys from the east, and it is like footsteps. You hear kind of traveling fast and pretty loud.
Does it sound like somebody's running?
Someone is.
Can
You
we
guys
hide
can.
behind
You guys
anything?
look
let's
over
say
there.
hide.
Can we hide behind anything? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do we roll for that?
Stealth checks.
Yeah.
22.
Also 22.
Also
Hey.
22.
What?
I'm not even kidding. What? 19 plus 3. 22.
Inconceivable.
Loveline doesn't do very well because her echoing high heels click pretty loud, but you
Mother.
guys were able to cover it up pretty good. And when shit starts clicking,
I smacked that bitch. I'm just
I would
kidding.
assume, Chuck, you like pick her up or something.
I'll pull her close to me.
Yeah, to make her high heels stop clicking. And you guys see that it's Blaze, Axel.
Axel Blaze.
Yeah, his eyebrows are burnt off.
Eyebrows.
What?
His eyebrows or balls?
His eyebrows.
Oh God.
Did I say balls?
Yeah, you just say eyeballs.
He said eyebrows.
You said you said eyeballs, but I thought you meant balls, and I thought like he was just like had his
balls.
sockets
just like
burnt out.
Yeah,
And crusty.
Oh my goodness.
Eyeballs.
No, his eyebrows
Okay.
have been burnt off. Dark ashes around his eyes, and the left side of his face has this dark ash, and definitely like in the crevices of the concave around his eyes have a lot of black ash in them. His sleeves on his shirt are gone, and his entire left arm is a burnt, bubbling mess.
Ugh.
Yeah, so imagine like a lot of black crisp, and in between those crisps, you see his pink flesh.
Oh, wow. I start blowing on his arm.
So did you come out? Did you guys come out to talk to him? Because you guys are still
Yeah,
hiding.
definitely.
Wait,
yeah.
is he running
Is
from
he
something,
running
or
from
is he
something?
running?
Yeah.
He has a light jog. He's not like a hardcore running, but as a light jog, he does not care about being loud. So you guys pop out, and do you guys pop out and say anything to him?
Or I think we'll just whisper as he's going by. Blaze.
Huh?
What happened? What happened, man?
Hey guys, I just went to the barracks.
What? Are you okay? What happened?
The barracks is completely destroyed. They must have attacked overnight, these snakes, killing most of the students in their sleep.
Oh my God.
I can't imagine what would have happened if we would have stayed the night there.
That's awful.
Who did it?
Did you guys hear the rumor about Headmaster Middle?
Yeah, we started that rumor.
Not a rumor.
It's real. Super real.
Yeah, it's like very real. Right, he's a snake man, right?
Right. He's leading these massive Cobra generals of his and let them into the school, let them come in and kill people in their sleep. They have no courage at all. As I went inside the barracks, I went from floor to floor, and there's a couple elementalists that were holding themselves up onto the top floor. The entire corner of the building is missing. There's roots and fireballs, and the place is just a disaster. Looks like a war zone happening there.
Are you all right, man? Your arm's like burnt, and you seem pretty chill.
You also sound far different than before.
I'm basing Axel. I was in the military, so I'm basing Axel off like some of the guys I knew in the military that were like big POSs, which is piece of shit. And like when we got deployed,
We're all adults here, Robbie.
Yeah.
I think.
well, we had an acronym for it. Army has an acronym for everything. And like when they get deployed, like these guys are actually really squared away. So like when shit hit the fan, Axel's pretty squared away when it came to comes to combat. He's pretty squared away right now.
Is water on a burnt wound like right away bad for it? Or is it, you know what I mean?
You don't have to really worry about that. I would say just worry about if you want to do it, just roll for it, and we'll find out if it's going to be good or bad.
I was just going to try and help soothe the pain, I guess, if it's...
That's why I was blowing on it.
Yeah, like I don't think any of us have any healing.
I have shaped
spells.
water. So if there's any water around...
No. Well, we can tell him what we found out about Seth, and then we can tell him that we're going to go open that tomb, and we also just need to get word out if he knows about any sort of radio stations or telecommunications or telephones. Oh, there's the phone booth. We can go back to the phone booths. Ask him, and then, I don't know. Like I just throw a bunch of ideas at him, and then
He said there were
See if
some
he
students
says.
held up on the roof at the bunkers. Or the
wait, are
barracks.
they still there?
Are they still there? Is that what
Well,
he said?
I told them to go to the cafeteria, and we had it boarded up, so they're heading to the cafeteria. I came looking for Loveline and you guys.
But
Oh.
like, I don't. If we all go to the cafeteria, I mean, what chance do we have? They could surround us and get us.
I think we should still stick to the plan. I think we need to go investigate this tomb.
I think so too. I think there must be something there to help us.
Blaze,
Axel,
do you want to come?
I definitely need to go rest. And he looks at his arm.
the cafeteria was pretty safe when we were there. It's probably the best bet. We'll be all right.
So as the statue, it like after you sprinkle true sight dust on it, yeah, it appears there solid, but over time it starts fading away, and so Blaze is able to look at it before it starts to fade completely, and he automatically like gets in more of a defensive stance and throws his hands up, and he just starts these fireballs, and his hands that just kind of holding his palms. He's like, that's Headmaster Middle right there.
Yeah, that was the old Seth statue. But now it says that he never died, and also it's Seth instead of just Seth.
So you guys can update him on everything. We don't have to say it all here. You guys update him, and he believes you guys, of course. And he wants to take Leveline back to the cafeteria to rest.
Guess. I don't know. What do
Leveline,
you
it's
think,
up to you.
Leveline?
You want to help us solve this mystery? Or is our DM just trying to get NPCs away from us?
I'm just trying to play less NPCs, yeah.
Hey, Blaze, you want to go with us, or Axel?
So you guys would understand that the cafeteria, if you guys are successful on whatever you're going to do, you guys will know the cafeteria is safe.
All right, yeah, so I guess we just break off from them and sneak over to the... Right, we have a pretty good idea from what Leveline told us where this...
Can you point it out on the map, just so we know exactly where to go?
Tomb.
Right.
Tomb is the word I'm thinking of.
I'll show her the
Yes.
map and just have her point exactly where, just so we're for sure.
She has a general direction area. No one really goes there, but she has a general direction, which is to the northeast of where the temple is that you got a speech from Headmaster Middle.
Gotcha. Don't wait for me. Wait, I'm kidding. Wait for me. I gave her a wink.
You're not jealous she's going off with Blaze? Axel Blaze.
Axel Blaze.
All right, Chuck, you can give me a charisma roll.
This girl showed me her underwear last episode. You want me to make a charisma roll? I rolled a 5. 5 plus.
She likes Blaze better.
My charisma is -1, so 4. Still working on flirting. I'm just a young man.
Yeah, and it's hard too when your DM is the cousin.
Yeah.
Is your cousin.
So, I mean, she'll still help you out. She will give you the rabbit's foot that she has.
Thanks. What's it do?
The feat lucky, you can now have 1 charge of that feat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
She'll also help Shah and Nick out. She will take her dice earrings off and give them to you. Go ahead and add another D10 onto your HP.
What?
Whoa.
Anybody want to trade?
Chuck, you can add a D10 as well.
I got a
Alright.
5.
I rolled an 8.
I rolled a 7.
Plus my constitution?
No, just a solid whatever you roll.
Sounds good.
Let me get your new totals, please.
54.
52.
60.
Feel like we're going to need these hit points, guys. If our
Yeah,
DM's just throwing levels and hit points at us.
I know.
You guys are all leveled up to level 5. Correct, Chuck? You are level 5?
Yes, I'm level 5.
Okay, so to get this out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and get you guys to the tomb. And this tomb is like a lock you have seen before. It has a digital lock pad on it, and it has room for 4 symbols, numbers or letters. And you did talk about wanting to go other places in school. You feel free to do that now, but there is a lock on the tomb. It does not look breakable unless you put the combination in.
So there's numbers on there or symbols?
It's like the one you've seen before. You can put the letters or numbers. So it's 1 through 0, A through Z.
I'll try PTSD.
You put PTSD and it doesn't do anything because it has room for 4.
Doesn't PTSD?
Yes, it does. I had to re-say it in my head. Yeah.
What? I was like so
Yeah.
confused. So it doesn't work?
It does not work. PTSD does not work.
I'll try SHAH.
What?
My name.
Oh, Shah? No, you don't hear anything.
SCTH.
Nothing.
POOP.
DOOR.
You guys don't have this information yet to open this lock. You can keep trying.
We're gonna
keep
hack
trying
it.
random crap, but you don't have it yet.
Let us try
This is
stuff.
so annoying. Oh, maybe the book. Maybe the
OPEN.
book. Is there anything in the book? Can we look in the book?
I look in the book.
You look in the book and you don't see anything about the
Um,
lock combination here.
So I do have 2nd level box, chest, padlock,
Knock?
I do have knock.
Hey.
Slotted?
I do.
Love me some knock.
Yeah, when I redid my spells. So let's see here. A target that is held shut by a mundane lock or that is stuck or barred becomes unlocked, unstruck, or unbarred. I have a feeling this is a magical lock too, though. Do I get a feeling this is... should I do like an Arcana check to see if it's a magical lock or something?
You can tell it's magical, yeah. So it doesn't work on magical locks?
See, if you choose a target that is held shut with an arcane lock, the spell is suppressed for 10 minutes, during which time the target... Oh, it'll suppress the spell for 10 minutes.
The magic part of it, yeah. So then you can try and unlock it manually, is my understanding.
The spell is suppressed for 10 minutes, during which time the target can be opened and shut normally.
Oh, so it just straight does it.
Yeah, for 10 minutes, though. But it also creates a very, very loud sound for about 300 feet.
Can we give it a shot? I don't know.
All right, so I go up to the lock, and I say, all right, guys, let me try this. And I'm looking at it, and I put my fingers over the little things that spin, and just like you guys start seeing it glow, and the numbers and everything just starts spinning as flames and sparks and everything fly off, and you hear just loud cracking sound. And then I see if it worked.
The lock opens.
I don't know how good how long that's good for, but let's get in here.
Now, did you guys want to do anything around the school before you go down in here? I mean, you mentioned phones. Like,
nah, I don't. I mean, it's just a tomb, right? How big could it be?
Right. It's going to be great. Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
Okay. So you pop this lock off, and it's like some of the other things you've gone to around in the school. It's some steps going down.
All right. So I just want. So it's padlock-esque, right?
Yeah, it's padlock. It's like a digital thing, like you've seen before in the first puzzle that you've seen. It has these.
I was gonna say, can I make sure it's off the hook thing so it doesn't seal up or lock us in?
That'll work. I mean, so now when your spell's over in 10 minutes, it will just lock and not click on anything. Yeah, so this door's always going to be open now.
All right.
You can hear that sound of this lock unlocking, though. It's echoing throughout the school, and you hear it bounce off different buildings and everything. There's a flock of some birds in a tree nearby, and they all start flying away and squawking. So you guys see these steps as you open this door. It was a gated door, and you can see steps going down to the tomb.
Come on, let's go.
All right, get behind me. I'll head down.
I get behind him and head down also.
Okay, this room you guys enter from the south of the room. It's smaller. It's 20 feet by 20 feet square. All what's in the room is you see just 20 feet by 20 feet square. There's a lever on the north wall. You guys have currently standing on the south wall. In the very center of the room is an indentation of what looks to be like a body shape indentation. Like if you took Play-Doh and you smashed it on it like an action figure, then peeled the Play-Doh away, that's what you see on the ground.
So like reverse Han and Carbonite.
Correct.
Oh, I lay in it.
You lay in it and nothing happens.
I still lay in it.
I pull the lever while he's laying in it.
Yeah.
You pull the lever, and like all the rooms before, the doorway to the steps, well, you didn't really notice the doorway before, but there's a doorway now that rises up, and then you just start hearing gears and things turn. And you notice that the ceiling is coming down towards you guys.
Put the lever back.
Yeah, I put the lever back.
The lever does not do anything, and the ceiling is coming closer to you guys.
I lay in the shape.
So wait, is there nowhere
I'm already in the shape. Get out, fatty.
Does that mean, were you saying that our doorway to leave disappeared?
It rose up.
Okay,
you pulled the lever.
Gotcha.
So that comes up, and the ceiling is coming down. I will give you guys like 2 things to try to do here before this.
So basically 12 seconds, 2 rounds.
Yeah. 2 rounds.
Would that?
Yeah, each round is 6 seconds.
Yeah, so Shah, you're laying down in this area as the ceiling's coming down. You guys, I'll let you do a couple things before you get crushed.
So there's the lever and then a body shape in the floor.
What are the spikes made of?
There are no spikes. The ceiling is just flat.
Oh, the ceiling's just
top.
flat and it's just stone.
Right.
Why aren't you laying it, Nick? Fire, water, lightning.
The ceiling is about 3/4 of the way down.
I throw my brother in the the shape.
Shaw is in the shape right now.
Man. Get out.
Do you yank him out of there?
Yeah, I pull his ass out of there.
You need to do a strength check against Shaw then to get him out of there.
Fine. He's not moving.
So you're gonna yell at Shaw to get out of this thing.
It's not doing anything with him in there, correct?
This is the one safe place, and you're going to rip Shah out of there. So, Shah, what did you roll?
I rolled an 18. If it's straight strength, -1, 17.
I rolled a crit.
He did.
Throw him.
Like he grabs a piece of paper, he rips you out of there, and then Nate, you yell at Nick to lay down on the floor.
I yell at Nate, "What are you doing?" And I use my turn to investigate. We gotta figure this out. We can't be fighting right now.
Yeah.
10.
Then you don't see anything, but you do see the ceiling coming down. You see a lot of as where the stone on stone is rubbing a lot. You see dirt fall down as the stone on stone is rubbing as it is coming down.
Do I see any loose stones around?
Yeah,
Do
against the wall I threw you against.
I hope I do.
Well, roll it, buddy.
Okay. 13.
13. You do not see any, and in particular, you are 100% sure all the stones are exactly the same in the room.
Okay. I was gonna try and like wedge it against the, like in a corner to like stop the.
So this ceiling is coming down, and it is touching the top of your guys' forehead. Whoever the tallest is, you now have to like turn your head sideways a little bit as you're walking around.
Probably Nate, but he's laying.
I'm the same height as you, bro. Just kidding.
No, I think I'm the runt.
It's probably just touching my head.
I'm really small. I'm a Lightfoot halfling race.
Can I look at so explain this to me again. So when we look at the roof in this room where the body is there another body shape on top where it closes in, or is it just flat?
It's all flat. It's correct, all flat. The only indentation that you see is on the floor. So
We see nothing else.
The ceiling's getting even lower now. You guys are having to duck down from the waist down as you guys are walking around slowly.
I want to investigate the shape in the floor.
You're pretty confident that Shah's investigation of all the stones you're pretty confident in his investigation.
Really? Okay.
Wait, what did Shah roll on an
I rolled a
investigation
13. He was looking. Were you looking for loose stones? Is that correct?
Yeah, I was looking to just try and wedge something to stop the thing coming down.
I was more so curious as to like the purpose of this shape. Is this like part of the mechanism that's controlling the room? Like, does it need to be filled with something?
So is that going to be your investigation on that?
Yeah.
Does fill this up with?
This needs to be like if this is straight up meant for a body.
This ceiling is going to come down, and the only person that's going to be living is whoever's laying in that shape.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand fully.
This ceiling is coming down far enough. It is now crushing the handle on the lever that you guys pulled is now starting to crush that.
Nick, get in the shape.
You guys are down on all four, crawling around on the ground.
I'm gonna push Nick into the shape.
You push Nick into the shape?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight too hard, but also like, I don't. There's nothing here that would, right? There's no.
It's just walls, right?
Yeah, there's no clue that this was what was gonna happen, or. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I lay in the shape and watch everyone get crushed to death.
So Shah, you were right in there. You're right there. You just got pulled out of this shape. Are you gonna?
I mean, I'll set up.
You see Nick crawl into the shape.
I'll try to, as it's crawling down, I'll try to set up my baseball bat. I mean, to see if that snaps.
I'll do the same with my. I don't really have much. I guess I've got a longsword, and I'll also look at Nate, and like a tear will come out, and it's probably green.
So you accepted. You accepted.
I guess
your
I'm
death?
gonna die. Yeah.
Okay. So the ceiling starts coming down, and as you guys are laying there, and Nick is the only one that is in this thing, it starts hitting your baseball bat, and you see your baseball bat start to splinter out as it starts getting crushed. It has not gotten to Shah or Nate yet, and as it starts touching your guys' bodies, and you are on the edge of thinking that your ribs are about to break, the ceiling starts lifting up. All that sound that you heard of those gears turning, you now hear it again going backwards, and the ceiling starts lifting up.
Solved it.
That's just
What the
a
hell was
scare.
that? Does the door open again?
Both doors open to leave and to go further in.
What the hell?
Yeah. What do we do?
The fuck was that, Nick or Nate? Piece of shit.
Listen, man, you were just laying in there. I thought I was saving it,
I like seriously start baring my fangs and like hissing at you.
but I just stare at him.
Shaw,
I'll look at my brother and just be like,
what's the deal with you?
I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery on him.
on me?
Yep. That's my hissing.
Oh, wait, I don't do anything.
Yeah, you do. You have to roll a save.
Oh, what is it? Fighting.
So
Wisdom save.
If you guys are going to do anything in return, we're going to have to roll initiative for this. Shaw, you would still go first in the initiative.
All right. I mean, I'm just pissed at him and hissing at him, and it's kind of like coming out as a spell is kind of how I'm viewing this.
We will see what Nate does as a reaction, then we'll roll for initiative.
19.
Okay. So you don't really feel any effects. You just see me like hissing at you.
See, bro?
Angrily.
Hey,
Can't be trusted.
So the Vicious Mockery, is that the one that still does damage, though? He just takes...
No, it doesn't do any damage if he passes.
Okay.
I go up to Shaw and actually from behind and grab him on the shoulders. And I'm like, I'm sorry about my brother. He was just... I know. Do you have any siblings? He was just trying to save my life.
He tried to kill me.
But it was... If you had a brother, maybe you'd understand a little bit. He was just trying to save my life.
I look out from behind you and hiss some more.
We've got to work together.
Yeah, you.
Hey, I don't think you understand. I was going to die too, man.
I was in there just fine.
Yeah, you were.
First in there, before the ceiling even started coming down.
Who's that fourth person talking?
Where'd
that come from?
That is the narrator. The narrator of the story.
I point both my fingers, my two fingers in my hands to my eyes, and then I point them at you.
Who is you?
I'm watching you.
You're watching Nate?
Nate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys, let's keep going.
So the second room is a hallway going from east to west. You guys are in the center of this hallway, and attached are 3 rooms. Each room seems to be like a control booth for a news studio. All the rooms are the same. One door going in and another door going forward. There is a bar stool seat in the middle of the room, a desktop that is slightly slanted forward, slightly slanted up, and a bunch of control switches. So it looks like a soundboard. And there's a TV monitor in the middle of the soundboard, another TV monitor into the top right corner of the room. Above the soundboard is a window. You can barely see anything in the next room. And to the left or right are sound panels on these concrete walls. So those are each individually room, and there's 3 rooms. They all have the same setup in them. And there are levers in each of these 3 rooms.
Weird setup. Are there lights? I mean, is this like, what's going on here? For
The room that you're in, there are no lights on the soundboard, but there is a light on, like above you, lighting the room up. And there's that glass window, and you can't see anything past there.
So
If I go into the room, they can't see me through the glass? Is that what you're saying?
No, so you're going into one of these 3 rooms that are all in the same hallway. So that this same hallway goes to 3 separate rooms, and each of these 3 rooms are the same thing. And then there's a door going further even forward, and that goes into another room that is pitch black.
But beyond the glass.
Yeah, beyond the glass. And if you would check that door, it is currently locked.
And we can't turn on a light from the control room in the dark room.
Right, you cannot. If there's a couple switches, you realize that you're just turning on and off the light in the room you are currently in the sound room.
Can we pass these 3 rooms? Does the hallway go further, or it's just these 3 rooms?
It's just these 3 rooms connected to this hallway.
I would note that, like, clearly this is some sort of recording studio or booth. Maybe I can turn on the feed to see what is inside the room. So I tried to turn on the feed to see what's inside the room or listen.
You mess around with things and you realize that the on switch for this studio, all 3 of these studio rooms, is turned on into a different room. So the on switch is for all this material that's in here. Like you realize that the power source is coming from another room.
So nothing has power.
Only the light that is on in the room, like above you.
So there's no, all right. So nothing, I flip switches and like clearly nothing is on.
Correct.
Or powered up. Because I imagine there would be a button on like the consoles and the recording machines to turn them on and off, and that doesn't do anything.
Correct. So you would understand that the main power coming to these things, it does not have main power.
Okay. Can I do like an investigation to try to follow the cables to see if or follow the outlets or try to...
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to say before, is that you follow those cables and it leads into another room toward the darkness, the dark room.
A 4th room?
No, the dark room. The room that's you see
the
through.
room that's locked.
Yes.
Okay.
But there's levers?
Yes, one lever in each room.
Oh.
And you guys would understand that the room in front of you guys, the dark room, as I'm starting to call it, all three of these rooms, the door that goes forward leads into the same room. That room is big enough to be able to have all those doors lead into it.
Do we have a direct path to the dark room right now?
There is the door that goes further into it.
Oh.
Because the studio room has two doors, the one you come in from, and then one in front of you to the left of the soundboard would lead into that dark room.
Do you have a drawing of this?
I'm having a lot of trouble
so
visualizing.
There's
Yeah.
Just a
of
ton.
rooms.
Yeah, me too.
Because I've got the light spell. I was gonna throw something in there to the dark room that has light. Throw some light in there, but I don't know if I can do that right now. I can't visualize if we can do that.
Okay, now I'm making sense. So we can go into one of these little booths, and there's a door on when you go into one of those little booths.
So, okay, here's the thing that was first confusing to me is I thought these were like two on the left and one on the right. So we walk into a room that's a left and a right hallway.
Left
and
and right
three doors
hallway.
are in
So
front of us.
that's right here. This is the room where the ceiling came down from.
Okay.
And this is the entranceway to the hallway. And then that hallway leads into these three rooms. And you can tell that those doors that are moved forward to the north lead into that dark room.
Okay, so the hallway splits left and right. We see three doors in front of us.
Those
And-
are all locked.
Those doors that go into the dark room, those are all locked.
Okay. And
And
so these three rooms are all next to each other. If you were to go into any of them, you would see a window into this one very large dark room that is connected to all three of these smaller rooms.
So I couldn't throw anything into the dark room then because
Yeah, each one has a locked door.
each one has a locked door in front of it. I pull a lever, the left one.
From the
You
left, right?
jiggle the lever and it doesn't really do anything. But you guys would pick up on that when he starts jiggling this lever. The other two levers seem to be connected to it, and they jiggle as well.
All right, each of us go into one of the rooms and pull at the same time. I'll go middle.
All right, I'll go right.
3, 2, 1, pull.
Yeah,
We do it.
yeah.
The door that you guys just entered these rooms from, you now hear it click and lock, and a light turns on in the room in front of you. So this is a news studio. It's a news desk. You see a couple cameras, 3 cameras, and it's pointing toward this news desk that has a number on it. And behind the desk sits, in human form, is Headmaster Middle. So these rooms are set up for you guys cannot talk to each other,
Wait,
so you cannot communicate to each other.
is he in snake form or human form?
Human form.
Okay.
Did the door on our room itself shut too?
Yes, well, yeah, we'll say it's shut and locked.
Okay.
These type of doors, they have some type of spring in them that when you pull them open, they automatically pull themselves shut.
Okay.
And so those doors shut on themselves and locked you guys in. So you guys cannot communicate to each other. So you guys see Headmaster Middle. Well, hello, boys. Thank you for coming. Charisma. Everyone do a charisma roll for me.
I ain't doing shit for you, old man. Charisma roll.
19. I rolled really well. I don't have very good charisma.
14.
Is this a saving throw or is this just a straight up with our modifier? I guess, yeah. Same thing. 14.
In order, it would go Casey, me, Chuck.
So you guys know which room Nick is in. And which room did you go into?
Middle.
Middle. So Headmaster Middle is facing the middle sound booth.
Of course he is.
And you guys hear, well, you don't hear anything, but you see him moving his mouth as he's talking. And you would assume, because of the way he is facing, that he is talking to Nick.
Can I start I don't want to just be standing here. I want to be punching the glass while this is going on. As hard as I can to try and bust it open.
Okay, you do that, and it's to no prevail. You don't have any results.
I punch harder.
Okay, why don't you roll, and if you crit, I'll let you break it.
Oh, man. You lucky. I rolled a 10. It's almost a 20.
Nick, my dear son, why have you come here, my young lad?
Well, we learned that, you or your grandpa, that is you, is a snake person who's hell-bent on taking over the world, and, I don't know, I guess we're dumb enough to think that we can stop you.
And you want to stop me from exactly what?
I mean, turning the humans into a slave race? Is that what? I don't know. What are you doing here, man? What's your whole plan?
You've already informed me that you know that we want to have Dundar reborn.
Yeah, and that means like I'm dead. So like, don't, because I'll be dead.
Have you ever considered that there are nations out there that have nuclear weapons that you could possibly easily die from than a gigantic snake? What would be so different for the UNT to have their own nuclear weapon, which would be Dundar?
Yeah, but like, no one's pointing a nuke at my head right now. Like, you guys are pointing a Dundar at me.
Dundar is not here. We are not pointing him anywhere.
I mean, like, metaphorically, the snake people, man.
There are nations that use the nuclear weapons as a self-defense. That is simply what we want. We want to be able to be on level playing field, because as you have seen before, you guys attack whatever snake you want, whatever snake you see.
We already saw the picture of the world leaders. You already have all the nukes. What else do you need?
We need to bring ourselves forward as our own nation. If we did that now, we would be obliterated from your racial, judgmental humans.
Well, I mean, yeah, but, like, we got a point.
Nonetheless, you are here in this room to have a choice. You can move forward to face me, or you can walk away and use the other door. There is only one path from here. And I will be offering the same thing to your companions. But slightly different. I don't know why I went Scottish, but slightly different.
Well, you know what? I think we're all going to face you.
You really think so?
Yeah, because we have no other choice. You're either going to kill us now or you're going to kill us later.
You don't know me very well, then. I know your weaknesses.
You killed the students at the barracks. They're already dead.
We did that in self-defense. Who was the ones that went down inside tombs, inside people's homes? Who was the one to strike first?
You told us to go there and try to figure out what was wrong with the salamander problem.
You were told to go there, but were you told to strike first? Did you not even try to reason? Did you just come up throwing fireballs and punches?
There were snakes with knives. Any reasonable person would do something like that.
It's only merely a tool of defense.
Yes, exactly. I'm defending myself from you, you piece of shit.
Nonetheless, your brother and Shah, they will undoubtedly leave you behind then.
Psh.
You doubt me?
I don't doubt my brother.
I will show you a small portion of what we will offer him. And the monitor in the middle of the room turns on, and you see this room. Automatically, you see 5 women in it.
Sorry, bro.
3 teleportation poles. Women dancing. And then the screen turns off, and you no longer hear anything from the microphone.
I knew they were stripper poles.
Who was next?
Me.
And you are into the room on to the left, which would be his right.
Yep.
His chair turns, and he puts his hands up on the desk and leans forward. Nick, you no longer hear anything. Just want to say that. And you begin to see his mouth move, and you would assume that he's talking to Shah. Greetings, Shah.
I'll hiss at him.
Shannara, you are so beautiful.
Why are you doing all this?
For the best, for the race. Why would I not be doing things like this?
Yeah, but you want to eat people. That's crazy.
Sometimes you must eat people to let them know where they stand on the food chain. What have you eaten lately?
Oh, haven't you seen the cafeteria? It's amazing. Like, you can just get any... Hey, I'm not going to be distracted. I'm not people, I can tell you that.
Shannara, you have 2 choices here. There's a door to move forward with your plans, and the door will lead back the way you came. I can give you a good life here in the school, Shannara. No more cold nights laying down on the cold concrete ground outside. You will have an endless supply of food and warmth, Shannara.
I don't believe that eating people is going to be a part of any future that I'm going to allow.
You're not going to eat people, Shannara. You've seen the magic here. You've stuffed your pants filled of the food here.
I can get that somewhere else, I'm sure of it. There's no way I'm going to allow snake people to take over the world.
Shannara, we're not so bad once you get to know me.
Okay, Seth.
Shannara, who were the first people to accept you into the world?
Yeah, to try and use me. I know that you need me to complete your little ritual to get Dundar around. I'm not stupid. I figured that out. You need me, and you know it.
Shannara, when you were born into this world, you were a poison elementist right from birth, killing your own parents. You're the reason why you're an orphan. Don't go out there to the humans. They will never accept you for the murder that you have committed. Join me.
Just because I didn't know that, so I'm probably like fighting back tears now, but I'm like, just because I killed my parents, that doesn't mean I want other people to die.
Okay, he turns your microphone off, and his chair, as you guys can't hear, but his chair squeaks as he turns it to the left, and he begins to talk to Nate.
I'm still punching the glass.
Nate, use your microphone in front of you, and use that stool to sit down, and let's discuss your future.
I'll show him the ring that I stole out of his desk that's on my middle finger and flick him off. I can't decide if I like it on this hand better or the other. I flick him off with the other hand. Let me out of here, you bastard. Why don't you just open up this door?
Nate, you have two choices here.
No, I think we have one choice.
You can move forward and face your death, or you can move back. And I will show you what we will give you in return.
I think two things are going to happen here. Me punching your face and it hitting the floor.
We will see. We will see. He turns the monitor on in front of, in the middle of the sound panel, and the monitor on the TV on the top right of the thing, and you start to hear women laughing as they are dancing, shaking their booties, and some nice onesies.
Onesies?
Onesies?
Like a one-piece bikini.
Okay, all right. That's better.
Not a
Oh, yeah, them onesies.
Yeah,
So-
it's not great.
They got some bunny ears on. They're dancing, having a good time, and you hear one say, "What are we going to do until Nate shows up?" And another girl says, "I don't know. Let's make out."
No bourbon this time for Robbie. Just straight
just
Robbie
jumping right
this
into
time,
it.
right?
And then the screen turns off. Nate, endless supply of women will do as you tell them to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you talking to me, man? Fuck you.
The light turns off, and he walks into another room, but you guys can no longer see in there because the light's off. But he leaves that room, and you guys hear a click as the doors unlock.
The ones in front of us? Or the ones behind us?
Both doors. And you can make a choice to go forward or backwards. You would tell that if you choose to open one door, the other one will lock. And let's start with Shah. Which way do you go? Do you go forward to Headmaster Middle, or do you go back?
Forward to middle.
Nick, forward or back?
Forward.
Nate, forward or back? Find out next time. No, I'm just kidding.
I go forward.
You go forward? Do you all three have decided to go forward?
Yeah.
I take the stool in my room and throw it in the direction that middle ran off.
So, as your character would see in there, that the light is turned off, and as you walk into the room, the lights will turn on for you. So you don't really see Headmaster Middle leave. The light was off, and that's when he left, and then turns back on, and he's gone.
Ooh, creepy. Is there a door that he went through?
Yeah, let me find my notes for this next section. So I do have a map of this one for you guys. You guys are entering in a room, and you enter it from the north, and you guys are on the south wall. This room is very large. It's 120 feet by 120 feet. It's a square, 120 by 120. Therefore, movement-wise, it's 4 turns for Nick and Shah and 3 turns for Nate because you're just more fit and you can run faster. When you guys enter, you enter the room from the south wall. So the east and west walls from you guys are 60 feet from you. The north wall is 120. This place is not like the other ruins you've gone into before, where they just look like plain carved stone and almost caveman-like ruins. This room looks different. It's very modern looking, but seems like it hasn't been used in a while. A big collection of dust and cobwebs. And this room smells like as if you ever stored a bunch of newspapers into your basement. This room smells like old newspapers.
Musty.
This room has a walking path that borders around the room. So it makes a path coming to the middle. Basically, it's a plus sign due to dividing the room into 4 sections. So this place is like an office open floor plan. The northwest section is the kitchen area. It has cabinets, a coffee maker, a sink, refrigerator, like a couple of tables for you to come eat on. The northeast is like a meeting table room. It's long and it takes up most of the area. A speakerphone in the middle of the table. And the southwest and southeast, so basically the south side of it, is a bunch of office cubicles. It has filing cabinets and chairs. So none of this is cover, so you guys don't get any +2 to anything, but it is concealment. You can hide behind some of this stuff. And Headmaster Middle is currently in the middle of the room. Let's roll initiative.
Chuck forgets how to do that, apparently.
No, I'm looking at that map, and I'm like, so we can only walk on the orange line?
You can walk everywhere.
Okay.
None of it's going to be rough terrain. We're just letting you know that this is what the terrain is like.
6.
So if you guys want to like walk on top of the desk and things like that, or the filing cabinets, feel free. None of it's going to be counted as rough terrain. This room is big enough you guys can get around.
Okay. The only thing that doesn't make any sense to me is the cover thing. Like, if you can hide behind something, shouldn't you be able to use it as cover too?
Because projectiles and things like that can go still straight through it.
Even if I'm behind a filing cabinet?
Even if you're behind a filing cabinet.
Will I find out why?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think we'll just be surprised by that and almost pretend like you didn't say it because it didn't make any sense when you said it.
Shah got a 6. Nick got a...
I got
11,
a 16.
16, yeah, sorry. Nick got 11. Nate got a 6.
Yes.
We could do better, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
So as you guys walk in, you see Headmaster Middle kind of walking away, and he's in the middle section of the room. And as you guys walk in, he hears you, and he turns around, and he hisses. And he's in his human form, and the same transformation that you've seen when you dusted him, Shah, you see him transform again. His robes start twirling and twirling as he twirls as well. His body size, he grows taller as his body size gets even higher. You see 2 heads pop out, and the center head turns into that cobra head that we've seen before. And as his body size rises, you also see a tail drop out of his robes. His robes were the rainbow colored, and they now turn to solid black. The hood on his robes that was on his cobra head, it flips backwards, and he takes all 3 of his head as he hisses toward the ceiling. The ceiling here is 60 feet high. Shah, you're up.
So I feel like Shah would want to try and just attack him head on at this point, since he really doesn't like him. So I will run at him. And I'm how far away?
So he's in the middle of the room, and you're just on the outside, so he's 60 feet away from you.
Okay, so I'll go as far as I can toward him, and I will cast a level 2 spell of blindness.
Do I just roll for it?
Yeah, you need to beat a 15 Constitution.
He passes.
Okay.
So you're 30 feet away from him. Everyone just keep
Mhm.
track of how far you are from the middle of the room.
I am 30 feet away.
Nick, you're up.
You bet I am. You guys, as a player, I don't think I've ever cast Fireball before.
Let her rip, man.
Really? Wow.
I think as much as I play D&D, I haven't been a lot of wizardy things.
Yeah.
But I just
Here it is. It's your
just
chance.
really want to cast Fireball. I just really want to roll 8d6.
Mm-hmm.
So my range is 150 feet.
Oh,
I
yeah.
need a dexterity saving throw. 15 from Mr. Mean Snake Man. As I just running in there, just screaming and reaching behind me to do like a firebolt, but it comes out way bigger than I ever expected. And a giant flaming explosion in the center of the room, almost all the way up to where Shah is standing, just explodes. Can I borrow 3d6? I want to roll all 8 at once. I don't know. Right? Yeah.
I can give you all 8 d6 in red if you want.
He got a 16 on his dex save.
Ah,
Nice.
34. Half that, 17.
Wow. That was a really good roll.
That was excellent rolling, sir.
How many D6s?
8.
Oh.
And the fire spreads around corners. It ignites flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried.
So these office cubicles that are around there, they kind of expand out and they move really easily. And whatever's around them kind of all knocks over too. And there's a couple of filing cabinets and paper flies everywhere into the air. And some of the paper starts to catch on fire.
And I launch. I run in there. I launch that, and I just run straight to my right, 30 feet.
Okay, so you hit him with this giant fireball, and you see all that the office supply is just everywhere. And he gets hit by it as he sticks his hand up and is able to absorb some of this to be able to not take as much damage as you would think. Nate, you're up.
Oh, I rolled higher than him. I guess I'll move up as far as I can go. The same direction as Shah, but I'll go 10 feet in front of him. So that I'm between him and middle.
Okay. So you're 20 feet away from him, is that?
Yeah. I'm moving 40 feet. And I don't really have any ranged weapons. So I guess I'll just kind of stand there and like pound my chest and say, let's go, big boy, and just take the dodge action.
Headmaster Middle will say, as he moves his hand forward, his fingers bend forward, and he points out, I am a lover, not a fighter. And the snakehead that is red begins to put his head and up toward the air, the 60 feet high ceiling, and it just begins to circle around and circles as it spits fire everywhere. Everyone give me a dexterity saving throw.
Do I have advantage on this since I took the dodge action? Yeah.
You want to beat a 14 or take 12 damage, half if you are successful.
Okay. I was successful, so I take 6.
I was successful as well with a 21.
I was not.
So it was like a fire rain.
Right. Shah, you're up.
I am going to run up, and I was 30 feet away, so now I should be in melee range. I will use my dagger and attack, and I will use my...
Shah, you want to hit a guy with cancer, won't you?
I'm aiming for the cancer. I attack.
Kick cancer.
Have you?
with
I don't
ass.
think you ever had taken the inspiration. I don't think you ever rolled any more inspiration.
Yeah, not yet.
Okay,
I rolled a 19 to hit.
that's going to be a hit.
Okay, and I'm using my psychic blades, which went up a level, so it now does an extra 3d6. So I do 7 slashing damage, 13, believe it's psychic damage? Yeah, and 13, so 20 damage total. And I am wisely in melee range of this huge snake monster with 3 heads as a not melee class. So that's smart.
Nick, you got Shah standing right next to Headmaster Middle. You got your brother standing 20 feet away from him. You are to the southwest wall, I believe. You said you ran to the right. You're at the southwest wall.
Yes. I'm actually going to run forward about 20 feet, just enough to be able to cast haste on my brother.
Oh.
How would this look if I were to cast haste on someone else? Trying to think.
Some heat, like maybe speed them up. Like
Yeah, I point at them and like a little, like, oh, you know what? Here we go. I do finger guns, right? And I point at your hands and feet and I go pop, 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 pop. And all of a sudden they start glowing red. And I'm like, all right, bro, little fire and water action. Together we can kick his ass.
Yeah.
So now you have +2 to your AC. You have advantage on dexterity saving throws. You have an additional action at the end of each of your turns. You can use that action to attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object.
Nick, because you cast it on your brother Nate,
Mhm.
this is actually supposed to speed things up, but this is going to slow Chuck's turn down even more. Chuck, you're up.
Oh, and also I want to just like, as I'm running forward, I cast haste on him, and I want to dive behind a table.
Are you saying this is going to slow me down because I got
Yeah, this is
so
going to
much
slow you down because
on?
now you got so much to do. So you duck and behind a table. Okay.
Yeah.
And so a lot of this paper stuff, because Headmaster Middle casted this fire effect spell, you can see like anything that was left out is like blown off tables, and these papers are starting to fly everywhere that is on fire.
So
It's not a big fire. It's just a very light burn.
So I will look down at my feet and my fists, and I'll see that they are glowing red, and I'll say, sweet. And I'll just charge towards middle and attack them.
And then attack him, and then
And then
attack him, and then attack him.
Yeah, I'm going to attack a bunch of times here. So this is my first attack. 18.
Yep, that'll do it.
I'm just going to do a damage each time with this. Oh, wow. So it's 4 damage on that hit. So I'm going to run up his body, do like a backflip kick towards his face. Then I'm going to punch him right in the gut. 16 plus 6. So that's another hit. This dice is retired. I roll another 1. So it's another 4 damage. I'm going to do like 2 punches. So that was 1 punch with my left. Here comes another punch with the extra attack or extra action that Casey gave me. There's another punch. 12.
You're gonna miss with that one.
Ah, darn it. And then I'm actually going to...
When you do this last punch, was that your last punch? You just hit the hard flesh that is toward his waist, and,
Right,
and
yeah.
you realize that doesn't really penetrate very hard.
attack. So I realize that doesn't work. So I'm going to spend a key point and do flurry of blows and just punch even harder with 2 more punches to his gut. 20.
I'll give you advantage on this roll too.
Oh, really? All right.
Yeah, you guys are kind of working together, fire and water working together. I'll give you advantage on one of these.
I just rolled a 16 on that one, so 20 for the first one. There's first punch. This dice, I got a 2, so 5 damage on that one. This could be the worst damage round of my life.
Is this your last one? Or are you gonna?
This is my last one here. Yeah, so
Did you roll one with advantage?
15. Yeah, my first one. I roll advantage on this one too. I spent a key point to do flurry of blows, which means I get 2 extra attacks.
The advantage one that I gave you, did you already use that one?
I already used that one, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you missed with this last one. Give me what was the damage on your last punch? Is another one you said?
It was 5. So I get 1 more attack though.
Okay.
So and I rolled a 9 plus 6,
Jeez.
which is 15.
That
Does
one,
hit?
as you swing across them, you barely brush him and you hit the robes that are on
Hit
him.
Oh, so it doesn't hit him?
Does not hit him.
All right, never mind. So I'm done.
Wait, what's this guy's AC? We're 16? Is that
Yeah.
what we figured out?
I just rolled a 15 there, and it
Okay.
didn't hit him, so I'm guessing 16.
15's a hit.
Oh, 15's a hit, so I do hit him.
Yeah, that was my mistake.
Okay. So here comes
All
the
right.
damage for that. There we go. 6 plus 3 is 9 damage on
Nice.
that last hit. So just kind of like an uppercut right in the gut
Best
on that
hit.
one. Save the best for last.
I'll pull out a freaking calculator for all this. Hot dice is back.
Not really. I just had a bunch of attacks there.
Yeah, about
They
to say, how much
basically-
damage was that total?
Well, now that I'm level 5, I don't know. You'd have to tell me. I get my extra attack, so that's 2 attacks. I get an extra action because of haste, and then I did flurry of blows there, which was 5 attacks total. So
It was close to 40 damage.
yay!
Nice.
Pretty good.
So Headmaster Middle's up.
Yikes.
This head in the center, that is the cobra head, that is a blue one. You see that head as well standing straight up and pointing up toward the sky, and it starts spinning around as it spits out a blizzard out of its mouth. This one just makes you guys extremely cold, and it freezes you over, And as it's hard for you guys to start thinking, this would require to be able to have a wisdom saving throw as it hits the entire room with this blizzard.
I assume I get no sort of advantage because I'm under a table. It's just
So
whipping and
this
hitting everything.
blizzard kind of like swarms on top of the table and still starts coming up underneath it. And
I
it
failed.
hits you underneath it.
I'm going to go ahead and use my inspiration here to save this. I think that worked. 10.
I got a 6.
11.
You all fail.
No.
You fail.
11 damage. Shah, so we're back to the top of the order. It's your turn.
I will do the same thing I did last turn. I'm tired of doing save or suck. Like, I just... blindness or deafness. He passed. Okay, next turn. Like, I'm just going to...
As you probably already know by now, you want to have saving throws against spells.
Yeah.
You probably already know.
I know, but still.
Yeah.
I tried to have fun. Didn't work.
Yeah, it
Oops.
sucks being a bard fighting Yuan-Ti.
Yeah, or anything, really. I got a 15.
15 matches.
Yay.
How does this look when you stab him with this dagger and you barely braze him? Are you raging right now, too?
So
Raging at this guy?
Yeah, I'm using my psychic blade, which kind of like I hit him, and then when it hits, it does more like it racks his brain, like it hurts his head. So like the dagger isn't piercing very deeply, but it's hurting him in the mind because of my mind poison. 4 slashing damage.
Mind Poison is the name of my new metal band.
It's a good name.
Yeah.
Did you remember your poison damage? I apologize. I didn't write it down.
What? I did 4 slashing and 9 psychic.
4.
So 13 damage.
Cover of our first album is just like a television, and on it just says Mind Poison.
Nice.
You hit them with this, and he...
He squeals like a little bitch.
I say,
As he's kind of hunched over with his hands like sprinkly forward, and you're able to thrust into him as you see him kind of slowly try to move out of your way, and you stab him with this, and he says, "Thank you, Shinara. I feel healthier now." And he begins to straighten his back up, and his hands are no longer twitching, and his fingers are straight, and he is pumped up like this with 2 fists.
Did you heal him, Matt?
apparently.
Traitor.
What was that, psychic damage?
Yeah,
Helped him?
apparently.
Huh.
Yeah,
Psyched him up.
Psych up damage.
just to clarify, I said psychic, not poison damage. Okay, just making sure.
Nick, you're up.
All right, so I am going to pop up out from underneath the table where I've been hiding and Scorching Ray.
Nice.
So 3 ranged spell attacks. Oh yeah, I feel good about this. Yeah, 19, 17, 26. Hit.
Correct.
Can I borrow another D6 again? I'm just going to roll these at once.
Are you Scorching Ray?
That roll was terrible.
So give me like 2/3 of the damage for right now. What'd you? Because he's going to say something in the middle of the Scorching Ray, or does it all fly out at the same time?
This one would. I would just do
Okay.
all 3 at once. Like both of my hands and then also my eyes. Just
Ooh.
just fire and flame and lasers and everything just flying towards him. And it's going to do 10, 12, 14 damage.
You hit him with that, and as he just started standing up after being stabbed by Shah, you see him put his left foot towards you, and his right leg is bent backwards, and he moves his hands up like Chuck, like you would notice a kung fu style stance, and he says to you, "Yes, it feels so good. Hit me with it again."
Wait, does it look like we're hurting him or charging him? I mean,
You
does
can roll.
it like
You can
it?
roll.
Huh?
Are you looking at him? Are you investigating what he's doing?
Well, I
You
mean,
can
I
roll.
just from my
Perception check.
gut feeling. Well, like, is this? Does it look like I'm hurting him at all when I hit him with
So
this?
he was hunched over at first, and as you guys start hitting him with these higher things, you see that he starts straightening his back up, and he has a lot more posture in the way he is standing.
Are there any other rooms attached to this room?
The room you came from, but there's no other rooms.
Okay, there's like no. All right, cool.
Right.
I'm gonna drop back down underneath my desk.
Well, this doesn't seem to be going well at all.
No.
So I,
Is it my turn to beat up this old man?
Yep.
All right.
you fool.
You fool. I'm going to lay into him with my fists. I enjoy beating up old people.
Fists of Fury.
My first attack. Not going to hit. It's a 3. Plus 3. Or plus 6, I'm sorry.
Can you just roll all your d20s at the same time?
Yeah, all right. I roll worse when I do that. So that's not going to hit. So 19 plus 6.
Yep, you
on
got him
that
with one.
attack. Hit him with 1, guys.
Are you? You know you're still hasted, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I
All right, you
did
got
that
that.
extra attack. So 5 plus 3 is 8 damage.
Or an extra action.
Or extra action. Yeah, that's what that was. I'm going to spend another key point to do Flurry of Blows. And that means I get 2 more attacks. All right, yeah, 19 and an 18. Those should both hit. 15 damage.
Okay, so I'm going to go over the scene with you guys here.
Does he look like he gets stronger when hits him or not?
He still has the same posture. He's from these blows, he gets kind of thrown around a little bit, just like regular people are when they fight. He says to you after you do that, he says to you, "I am the Supreme Alpha." I'm going to describe everything that has happened in this fight so far. So you guys have entered the room. Headmaster Middle is in the middle of the room. You guys are to the south. He transforms. Then Shah runs forward, tries to blind him. He misses. Nick goes and you stand in front of him and you take the dodge action. Nate, you shoot a fireball. Headmaster Middle does some fire damage. We go back to Shah. Shah stabs him. Nick, you go up to him and punch him. Nate, you cast haste on your brother. Then Headmaster Middle casts a water spell. And then we went back to Shah. Shah tried to stab him again. Nick, you cast a Scorching Ray. And then Nate, you started punching on Headmaster Middle again. Now it's Headmaster Middle's turn, and he is going to have the yellow head. It begins to face upwards and begins to circle around as lightning shoots out of its mouth, hits onto the ceiling as these electric beams start going everywhere in the room and start shooting, causing miniature explosions throughout the room. Give me a dex saving throw, please.
6.
13.
9.
I guess we all failed. That's my guess.
Yeah.
I also guessed that.
Yep.
8 damage.
Okay. I have resistance to lightning because of my gem, or our bracelet gem.
The gem, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really easy to spin that gem on there, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I know.
I
I'm
forgot
working
about
on
them bracers.
it. Oh, don't worry. I didn't. Mine was lightning just now, but I am going to change it on, or try to change it on my turn.
I totally forgot about that bracer.
That's what I'm here.
Yeah, I think it might be too late for you guys.
What, for the bracers?
No, I had a blue one, so...
Yeah, you would have
How
taken
much-
half damage.
How much damage was that ice round?
Robbie's saying it was too late.
All right, never mind.
You effed up.
Damn
I
it.
had fire.
Yeah,
Or
I'm already
red.
resistant to fire, so...
So Headmaster Middle gets done casting this lightning spells. Shaw, you're back up. You're standing right in front of Headmaster Middle.
Okay.
How are you looking?
I'm gonna about half, a little bit more than half. And I want to try and use. So the brace. Can you describe the bracer to me again? It's got the gem on it, right?
Yeah, it's a gem, and as you notice, you can do it on your turn. You just flick it around, and you can easily change the color on the gem.
Okay, I want to change mine to red.
Okay, you change yours to red. You can only do it on your turn.
It is my turn.
Letting everyone else know.
Okay. Is that an action, bonus action,
I want to be free.
free action?
Yep.
And then I am worried that I've been helping him somehow. So I'm going to disengage and run and hide. Probably go 30 feet away. I mean, so far his effects have gone throughout the whole course of the room, so I don't think it matters if I go toward you or toward Nick or not. But I'll go the opposite direction and hide as best I can.
So is it your action to hide?
No, my action is to disengage. So
Okay, I see.
and I'm changing to fire, and that's my turn.
Nick, what you got?
Seeing Shaw mess with his bracelet and turn it to fire, I was like, oh yeah. And then I turned mine to fire too, hoping that's the pattern. And
So since you already have resistance to fire, like you wouldn't notice any feeling or change anything.
okay, so I wouldn't half a half.
Right, no half-half.
Well, maybe I just leave it on blue then. Yeah, I feel like the weird thing is here is like my one defensive go-to is mirror image, and that's not like helpful in this fight at all.
I mean, if our damage helps him, I don't know what is helpful.
Yeah, I don't know if we're I don't know. That's the thing is like I don't know if we're removing health but powering his attacks, or if we're healing him or what. Like I can't tell. I don't know. I guess I'll just firebolt him anyway.
Sure.
I mean, I said before you can roll about what you're questioning about him, about Seth Headmaster.
Like an
Mill.
investigation.
Yeah.
You want to roll and see if we're
Sure.
actually,
Yeah,
hurting him?
I'll instead take this turn to.
Arcana, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll take this turn to investigate him to see what I feel is happening.
So this will take away your action.
Yeah, 16.
Okay. 16?
He's contesting.
Or am I pretending to?
Either way, it's weird.
You failed.
You did notice that when he was talking, he wiped his chin like this. He took his fist up to his mouth and wiped.
Which of the three heads?
Yeah, what 3 heads? I will say the far right one, which is a redhead.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I'll just go back to being underneath
I
that
don't know
table.
what to do with that. Yeah.
I got an idea, guys. Don't worry.
Punch him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just be like, guys, I don't know what to do.
I know what to do. Punch him. I'm going to punch him.
Maybe you guys just don't listen to what you have been told before. Maybe Chuck never really listens to his girlfriends, I guess. Okay, Chuck, you're up.
My turn?
Yes.
I'm going to
Yes.
punch him with all 3 of my attacks because I get 2 attacks.
Thank you for
plus
rolling
the
all at the
haste.
same time.
All right. Those should all hit. 15, 16, 18.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll my damages, and I'm going to add 9 to it because I had 3.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. 22.
Yep.
22 damage.
Is the total?
That's a total damage.
Yep.
Ouch.
That's what I'm going to do to him. And I'm going to spend a key point to do Stunning Strike. He has to make a Constitution saving throw, or else he's going to be stunned on his next turn.
So now how does this work? Did you have to say you're going to do the stunning strike before you
Says
rolled to hit?
When you hit with a melee
When you hit
weapon
with it,
attack
okay.
or whatever, you can spend 1 key point to make the target stunned. I'm stunning his ass. What do you roll?
15?
It's 14.
Ooh.
Oh.
Darn it.
That would have been sweet.
All right, that's my turn. He'll be like, oh,
So it's Headmaster Mill's turn. He is going to take his fire head, aim it toward the sky, and it's going to start spinning around in circles, spitting fire all over the place.
18.
What are you rolling 2 dice for, Chuck?
because I have advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Oh, okay.
Because of haste. Don't
I-
question me. 17.
7.
Chuck, you pass. Matt, you fail.
I fail.
18.
18, you pass.
But I do have fire resistance.
Me too. Do I get half a half here?
Yes.
11 damage.
What's half of 11? 3.
Well, half of 11 would be 6.
Then half of that.
3.
3.
Then
I
half
took
of that.
6.
After Headmaster Middle, it's Shaw. Shaw, you ran to the corner of the room.
Mm-hmm. I don't think Vicious Mockery will do any good. I'll give him some Dissonant Whispers. I'll hiss at him. And I'll be casting this as a level 2 spell slot.
Yeah, he fails.
All right. So 4d6. And he has to run away.
I want to punch him as he runs away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right in the tail. All right, I want to stomp on his tail when he tries to run away.
13 damage. Again, psychic.
16 for me.
Hit.
I do 8 stomping damage.
As he begins to run away and you stomp on his tail, he falls and he starts rolling on the ground, but he's able to still stand up and still
I was like,
Oh,
get his total movement.
Like, totally did not mean to
He
do
does
that.
not run away. He slithers away.
Nuts.
After Shaw, Nick, you're up.
Shaw, did you set your thing to blue?
My turn's over and I did not. So I guess I'll just be
Oh.
eating some damage. So
Sorry,
thank
I
you.
thought we were still in your turn because I haven't started my turn yet.
Oh, if
So your
that's
turn hasn't
okay.
ended because mine hasn't.
If that's okay, I'll turn my thing to blue.
I mean, I haven't done anything yet.
You turn it to blue.
Yeah.
I also turn mine to blue, and then I jump up with the finger guns and I firebolt that slithering snake. 22.
You got him?
What are we missing? We're missing some piece to the puzzle. It's always a puzzle.
Oh, yeah. 13 damage.
Pretty good at punching stuff.
And my thing is set to blue, and then pop back down.
You hit him with this as he starts scurrying away and he starts laughing. Ah! You surely die. Nate, you're up.
He's running away from me?
He did his movement already. He's facing back towards you guys now.
Oh, okay. How far away is he?
40.
Oh, okay. I can get right up on him then. I'll get right up on him, and I'll attack him with my fists. Oh, yeah. 16. Well, 10 plus 6 is 16. Those all hit. I rolled 17 and 18 on the other one. 19 damage. I'm gonna do another key point. I'm gonna try to do a stunning strike on him. Constitution saving throw. I want to try and stun him.
Stone cold stunner.
Stone cold stunner. Needs to be beat a 14.
He got an 18.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about it. I flick my wrist to blue.
Yeah.
Seeing as my strike did not stun him, I'm like, flick it to blue.
You already have, like, well, is it water and cold?
It's actually
resistance?
acid for.
For water genasi.
Uh-huh.
Weird.
Huh.
I looked at it. I was like, I don't think I need to do it, but
That's
it
not
is
that
actually
useful, is it?
acid.
Yeah.
Not in this. Yeah.
I don't see acid all
So
that
as you guys predicted, the blue head aims his head towards the sky, spins around in a circle, and it spits water and ice as this blizzard starts coming around. It is a wisdom saving throw as it freezes your minds.
21.
17.
13.
Casey, you failed. Matt, what'd you get? 17, you said?
21. I got
21,
really
you're
high.
good.
I got a 17.
You're good. You take 14 damage.
Woo.
Or half if we're switched to blue.
Correct.
And double half if you passed. 14 to 7 to 4.
Shaw, we're back up to you.
All right. I'm going to try something because I don't know what the fuck. We just keep helping him, I guess. So I jump up and on the top of the table and I yell, Metal! You need me alive, don't you?
Not really.
I'm going to try anyways. I put a dagger to my own throat and I say, fuck you! And I'm going to cast Feign Death on myself as I pretend to cut my own throat.
Nice.
Shah!
Oh, man.
Enough of this. Why are you doing that?
He's already dead.
So you touch a willing creature and put it into I don't even know this word, cataleptic state that is indistinguishable from death. Like it looks like I'm dead. No magic can tell otherwise. No check can tell otherwise. It looks, there is no way to tell that I am not dead. The target is blinded and incapacitated and its speed drops to 0. The target has resistance to all damage except psychic. If the target is diseased or poisoned when you cast a spell or becomes diseased or poisoned while under the spell's effect, the disease and poison has no effect. Like, I'm dead to the point of not even poison is going through my veins.
Can I ask, what is your goal by doing this?
If he trying to get him to quit, I guess. If we're only helping him by hurting him and there's no way to defeat him that way, and he needs me alive to actually accomplish his goals, I just fucked over his whole world domination plan as far as I can tell. So that was my goal.
That's a good idea.
But I don't know what else to do. So none of our skills are hurting him or anything. So until otherwise noted, I'm out of the fight. Sorry, guys. Good luck. Sorry, I didn't know what else to do. That's my turn.
No.
Yeah, you guys both think I'm dead too. So
Yeah. And I have 14 hit points, so I could be dead in 2 rounds.
So Shaw slits his own throat, Nick, and you see it from across the room as he falls limp, and you can't see him when he falls because he falls behind some cubicle walls. And there you are. Did you hide? I'm wondering if you can see him.
Yeah, I might actually. Well,
You would peek up
Yeah.
when Shaw starts talking. I think you would peek up.
yeah,
And
I
you
might
see
be able
this.
to tell, yeah.
Yeah.
Looking down like through the chair legs or something.
you might see my cold, lifeless, dead eyes over
Yeah.
there.
Enhanced by your goggles.
Yeah,
As they
yeah, yeah.
roll into the back of your head or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just, you know what I want to do? I want to look around at the paper that's been flying around everywhere. Just grab a sheet of it and read what's on it. Like, is it just blank sheets of paper, or are these like...
So you don't really get much from there, but you do see like this one is a letter. Oh, it has a picture with it. It's like someone's profile picture, and the letter states that this girl that sent this letter back to this man, and she says, "I noticed that your profile picture on here is dated 1980. This picture is 8 years old. Please stop trying to be deceitful. This is not the way that you could possibly look now."
Swipe left.
Okay. So some sort of tender catfish here.
Yeah. The situation and whatnot.
And I guess, I don't know. I guess that's my turn. I'll crawl on my hands and legs and just try to, move under the some of the desks and things as I move towards the walkway.
Like you can look around more if you want. We're near the end of where you guys are going to start dying. You can look around at more items around here, and you see this delicious looking apple, and you're wondering, hey, can I get some HP back from this thing? But then you pick it up, and you realize it's a plastic apple.
No.
Oh man, that was motherfucking deceiving, wasn't it?
That was shitty.
Great deceiver.
You see one of these things on top of a desk, and it's a grenade that has this one thing where it has those little tags that you pull that say take a number. Oh man.
No.
Yikes.
That was a fake grenade.
That was a fake holy hand grenade. You could
Nate, you're up.
Is this a newsroom?
Oh wait, I'm gonna switch to yellow too.
Okay, good.
Right,
move.
that was just right. We just got hit by the blizzard again.
Yeah, we did. So
Okay,
yellow.
all right.
I'm going to flick to yellow.
Are we in the newsroom?
The
Are there
newsroom.
cameras?
Sorry, the newsroom was the room behind you guys, and this is kind of like the office for the newsroom here.
Okay, I was hoping.
So we had the sound
Turn
booth,
it
the
on and expose
newsroom,
them.
and now you guys are in the office.
And Chuck, you have to say the kick-ass and bubblegum line at some point because you're the only one cool enough to do it. I think so. If you
Yeah,
don't,
I'll do it right now.
Even if we lose, I feel like we need to at least do that. So
I'll do it now. Or I'll hit him with my 3 attacks here first. No, this was a terrible round. Those aren't going to hit. This one will. 21. 8 damage. I'll just do a simple bonus attack. Just punch him again. It's going to be 12. It's not going to hit. Oh boy. I feel like my punches are getting less effective. I'm just going to stand right next to him. I'm going to try and draw his attention. He just seems to be spinning his head around.
He says to you, "Nothing in your arsenal can hurt me."
Can I look around? Or is it my turn over?
Turns over. It's his turn. I'm assuming you guys know the pattern now, but I can't.
It's lightning.
Lightning this time.
yeah,
We know your pattern better than you.
So the yellow head sticks up, starts shooting the lightning bolts as it crosses around in the ceiling, falling down in different places, causing small explosions. And I rolled high this time. It is 20 damage.
Ooh, I'm down to 10 with resistance. I'm down to 10.
I saved on that, so I got an 18 plus 2.
Good,
I
Chuck.
got 19 plus 6. Dexterity, right? So
Yeah, you're good.
25.
I didn't roll because I failed no matter what, but I do have resistance.
Okay, Shaw, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself,
Ooh.
You're invisible.
and I'm gonna run toward the door that I came out of. That's all my level 2 spell slots.
Okay, you're at the door.
So like it was like a room, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm hoping in this room I'm shielded from the elements, but we'll see.
So you're inside the room?
Yeah.
You'd had enough movement to go in because you were in the corner of the room. So this would be the corner of the room to this room. This door would be 60 feet.
Oh, I thought I ran toward it when I ran a couple turns ago. Well,
Where did you? I don't remember, but I assumed that you were in the bottom left corner of the room.
I ran the opposite side of Casey, so I don't know what I guess I thought that. I don't know. I have a hard time visualizing the room if I'm being honest, but it's fine.
That's why I drew a picture, bud.
Yeah.
We'll say that you're at the door.
I mean, it's a drawing. Okay. So I just get there. I don't have any other actions I can do, but I'm invisible. I was going to try and pick the lock, and I'm going to see if I can get some video equipment to get him on camera. That's what I'm trying to do. We'll see.
And flip to red.
And I flipped to red. But I'm hoping I don't get hit because I'm inside the booth. But we'll see.
I hate you, Casey.
I'm only at 10, so if you want me to be dead, then I will be. But I'm done.
Nick, what you got going on, bud?
I'm going to dash out of the room into the control room with the video.
So
You run into
I think
someone in the
those
doorway.
Rooms are, I think those rooms are locked.
I mean, the desk room, the anchor room, where the anchor sits. Same room where you ran into.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to dash to get there.
Okay, you're there. The door is not locked.
Oh, nice.
Shaw, you're kind of in the doorway there.
Yeah.
And then Nick, you run there. I'm wondering if you guys bump into each other.
He probably would. I'm probably standing right in and he can't see me because I'm invisible.
Yeah, but you'd see me coming.
Yeah, I might get out of the way if I could.
Yeah, so roll a dex save for me.
17?
Yeah, you clearly move out of the way, and if you want to do it stealthily, you're pretty stealth about it as well.
Okay.
So Nick, you are in the camera room that Headmaster Middle was talking to you guys before.
Yep.
And Nate, you're up. Your brother has abandoned you. Shah is dead, and you are here by yourself in front of Headmaster Middle, and he is towering over top of you, 3 heads, just this yellow head just shot toward the sky as this lightning comes around everywhere, and it comes back down and stares at you, the only person that you see in the room. Apparently, your brother has taken Headmaster Middle's offer and left you behind.
I flick my wrist to Red.
Ladies and gentlemen, you don't see this, but Casey is secretly doing hand motion to the players, reminding them to flick their thing.
When he said that he said something last time, when, I cannot remember what it was, but like we basically like our abilities have no effect on him. Is there anything in the, like, so you, like in this room, it's just a kitchen, like a normal kitchen in the upper left-hand corner. And then this is like a table.
So I told you some items that are in the room already, if you would have remembered that from what I told Casey, and those are some of the things that you see as well.
Okay, so just fake stuff everywhere, obviously. So, okay. Whatever. I hate this guy so much. I'm just going to fight him. Just going to punch him.
How many hit points do you have left?
21.
All right.
So,
You have a lot.
yeah. Like, you don't scare me. Well, maybe you do. One of them's good. 15 plus 6, 21.
Oh, I thought you said 21 damage, which is like, holy crap.
No, 4 damage, actually.
And
And then I'm just going to kind of like go into like a slight little rage here. I'm going to use my last key point to do a flurry of blows. I miss with, whoa, wait. 15, right? Oh, yeah, they're both 9s. 15 on both of those? They both hit? Isn't that his AC?
Yep.
I saw that trickery over there. You
spun it
F with the
around.
dice.
It's a 9. Look,
Yeah.
the dot's on the bottom. Why would I do that? What is that? 12 damage. 12 more damage on top of that.
Describe these punches to me, please.
You know what Mr. Anderson, like punching Neo up against the wall, and you just see his like fists going back and forth, and it's just like multiple fists on the side. I'm just punching like super fast. That's what it looks like.
So you're just super fast punches. Some of these last punches, you can tell, I don't know, things you punched before, but you start to hear some cracking going on inside his rib cage.
And then I'll say that line that Matt told me to say. I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of gum.
As he begins to talk to you, as he spits some blood, he'll say, that didn't hurt me.
Are my fists hurting him?
Clearly
my
something
turn.
is.
So, since you're the only one in the room, he's going to stop casting his magic spells.
Uh-oh.
And he's going to use his 2 hands, and he's going to strike at you. And you see a tail coming at you as well.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Sounds pretty awful.
Nah, doesn't hit.
One will hit you. The other one is...
Wait, what is it?
Remember, he's got bonus
I don't know.
AC for haste.
Yeah, what is it?
Oh. I don't know. I suck at math. Hold on a second. I'm pretty sure one's going to miss. This is his hands attack.
My AC is 20, so if anything is 20, then
So he'll hit you with 1 hand attack and a 24 for his tail attack.
Darn it. See you guys.
3.
I switched my
Use
wrist
spike.
bracer to physical attacks.
Yeah. Right?
Let me read this. The UNT makes 2 ranged attacks. No, that's a ranged attack. Multi-attack. He has a plus 10 to reach.
Whoa.
But can use its bites to constrict attacks only once each. Use its bite. Oh, his bite and constrict attack he can only use once. So this is his one time for his constrict attack.
You're about to get bowed.
Get out of here, bro. Don't worry about me. Take care of Loveline. And Kim. Don't forget about her. And all the other chicks. Can't remember any other girls that we met on campus or
There
whatever
was
you want to call
Kim. Kim, the
Kim got
nature
kidnapped.
girl, yeah. Kidnapped, please.
it. Kim napped.
22 damage.
I'm down.
You're down. I rolled pretty low right there too.
Yeah, I'm down.
We have 0 healing, so you're pretty much as good as
I
dead.
pass out.
As you fall, as he uses a claw attack that you're able to dodge, he claws at you as he swipes down first, going the top right down to the bottom left, and he reverses his claw, going back to an upward attack to the top right as he slashes you again. And this time he hits with this one, the first one he missed, and now he comes down as a bite attack and bites you right here. What's this?
On my neck.
Shoulder?
Yeah, like your shoulder, but like he's angled where he can get your chest as your head is to the side of where he bites you at, and he bites down and you fall limp. And he starts hissing all three of these at the same time as his heads start going crazy, as they start going in circles, and blood is coming out of his mouth. And he charges toward that door where he's seeing Nick run to.
Wait. I forgot about my lucky rabbit tail.
He is
Can't
in the
use that
middle.
already?
He is in the middle of the room, and
I can't use it.
next turn he will be at that door, that open door that you opened.
I forgot about my lucky rabbit tail.
Shah, you're up. You are invisible in front of this door.
I will run out there and see if I can find some equipment that looks like it would help me videotape all this or broadcast it.
Yeah.
Like maybe...
Start turning on cameras or something?
Yeah, like just start flipping switches that would look like they would turn on cameras or broadcast or anything.
How do you do this? You just start running through the room and hitting switches as fast as you can. What does this look like? What kind of roll?
Well, it doesn't
What are
look
you gonna
like
do?
much. It looks like just switches start going up because I'm still invisible. So
I want to know what kind of roll are you going to do to be able to try to.
I'm going to do as many as I can. So I'm going to do sleight of hand.
There you go. That's what I want to hear. I know your sleight of hand's pretty high. I remind you haven't used any inspiration yet.
Unnecessary. I got a 26.
He crit.
All these lights in this room, they start turning on. You see the red lights on top of these cameras. They start turning on.
I guess that'll be my turn. That sounds like a full turn. If
Okay.
If I did all that. But yeah, so everything, lights are on, cameras, lights, camera, action, baby.
Yep. Very good.
Yeah. And my wrist, I guess. I'll turn it to, what are we on?
Blue.
We're on blue. I'll switch it to blue.
I think.
I think we're on red.
Yeah, I think we're on red.
I switch it to red.
We don't know.
And I'm done.
I guess we'll find out when the Headmaster Middle turns comes up.
Sounds good.
Okay. Nick, you're up. You this door is open and you feel a gust of wind kind of at you, and then all these switches just start turning on in front of you. Matt, does any of those switches turn on? Does that break your invisibility? Would you say, like, would doing an action to do these switches turn off your invisibility?
So lasts for 1 hour. A creature you touch becomes invisible. Anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible. The spell ends for the target that attacks or casts a spell.
So you're good. You're still invisible.
Still invisible.
So you see all these switches and those red lights that are on top of these cameras. They flick on. If you're making a little bit of noise, and there's these microphones that are coming out of the desk in front of you, and as you're making a little bit of noise, you can know that those microphones are picking that sound up, and it's coming through on some of the speakers in the room.
So I ran through that doorway, and I turn around, looking over my shoulder to see my brother crumpled on the ground, and just yell and go, "No!" as I point my hand as a finger gun and fire a bolt at Middle as he's running down the center lane. 22?
Firebolt is the cantrip.
Cantrip.
Yep.
Yeah, just
Okay.
1d10.
2d10 at level 5.
Oh, big boy.
You're all by yourself now.
6 fire damage.
Hey.
All your
Huh,
friends.
not as
are
much
just
as I thought it would be.
your brother and your.
It did like 13 last time. That was a terrible roll.
You hit him with this, and it burns some of his robes as it hits him, and his robes start to cause that fabric burning stuff where it's that redness that starts eating away on his robe.
All right, so I'm going to run another 30 feet into the room and hopefully get... How big is this room? The anchor room?
20 by 30. 20 by 30.
Okay, so I'll get all the way to the other side of that desk then.
Okay.
I'll go around the desk and hide behind it.
Nate, you're up. This will be your saving throw.
19.
19, you are fine for now. You guys begin to hear something come through some of the speakers. You hear, it's a woman's voice. She's like, "We just got an urgent message from Miami, Florida, coming in to you live. What do you have going on down there? Live from Florida." And one of the camera lights, there are 3 cameras, and the camera lights that are on the left and right, they turn off, and only one light is on in the center camera that has a red light that is on. As Headmaster Miller turn, he will charge toward you guys. He will get into the doorway, and he will cast his fire breath.
Is he casting it at me?
So it's an area effect, so he doesn't really have to aim anything.
Okay.
It just
I don't know if Shah's
meteors
near.
out in the
Yeah.
air, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, dexterity saving throw.
Fail.
17.
10 damage.
So 5, because we switched our thing.
Am I in this? I'm in the other room.
I have 4 hit points left.
Or is he carrying me
5.
with him? You've seen the end of...
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You're in that room.
Who, me?
Yeah.
So he's
you're
in he's in the doorway casting it.
Oh.
So it kind of like spreads out through the room, and it doesn't damage as much stuff in there. Some of the stuff is still pretty active in there. No wires are burnt. No machinery is burnt. You guys feel a lot of pain, and some of this plastic on this equipment starts to melt a little bit. Chuck, where you are laying at, the fire spreads across there, pushing a lot of things and everywhere, and paper starts flying through the air that are on fire, and the flames do not reach your corpse. The flames do not reach your body.
I ain't dead yet.
Yeah. You're
Not
pre-corpse.
Yeah.
My pre-corpse.
Shaw, what you got?
I will run toward the one camera that has the light on it and point it toward middle.
You're exposed.
You point the camera to him, and he begins putting his hand in front of his faces. There's 3 snake faces, and he's just like, "This is nothing to see. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. This is just a movie."
You turned into Ernest? Or what is that?
There's nothing to see here. Realizing he is in snake form, he puts his hands down and does not care.
Is that my turn, would you say?
Nah, you moved a camera. I count that as your movement.
Okay. Then I will... Do I want to become uninvisible? My ploy didn't work anyways, but... I'll go ahead and cast Dissonant Whispers on him. I'll see if I can get him to run away from us by us a turn.
I rolled a 16 plus his modifier, so I'm pretty sure he's good.
Yeah, he's good.
Does it still do damage, right?
Yeah.
He's too strong.
9, but half that, so 5 damage. And I flicked, shouldn't matter, I'm going to die anyways. I'm only at 5, but what? After, was it red?
You did fire, so it'd be blue now.
Blue. I flicked to blue.
Okay, you cast this spell onto him, and he starts turning to the left and right, looking behind him. He starts moving his hands through his face as you notice that he is bleeding from his eyes, and he wipes it away, and he starts telling you, "I am Zeph, the master of deception. You cannot hurt me. You can only heal me. Thank you again, Shannara." As he moves his hands around, his hands shake as you still see blood coming from his eyes, and he moves his hand back to his face as he tries to start wiping it away again.
I can't tell if he's like an insane masochist or if we're actually healing him.
I don't know.
That's what this whole thing is so fucking confusing to me.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Nick, you're up.
I run up to... Actually, you know what? I'm behind the desk. I'm just going to jump up right on top of the desk and say, "My name is Nick Nada, and this is the headmaster for Middle School of Elementalist, and he's a secret snake person, and they're trying to take over the world and the whole military and all of the governments, and they're going to try to kill everybody else, and he is..." And I'm going to go into Dendar and just whatever I can get out in 6 seconds. If I can also, as I'm yelling and pointing, use my finger gun to firebolt him.
That's pretty sick.
Just like, he's the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, so give me like a charisma roll here for all this stuff that you're spitting out.
2. 1 plus 1 is 2. I thought I had a -1 charisma, but it's just a +1.
You hear the news anchor on the other lines like, "Well, apparently from Miami, Florida, we have a prank news tailor that has a live story, but is a prank. Look at that 3-headed snake. This is so funny. What is your name, young little boy there that has the courage to show a finger gun here on the news station?"
All right, I assume there's no time for me to continue that conversation with her.
Correct. So what'd you roll for hitting on the finger gun? Is that
18.
what's that? D for damage.
D for my dick, doing 15 damage.
That's why I hurried up and corrected myself. What'd you say for damage?
15.
15.
Ow.
That's pretty good.
Ooh, man.
You know, we've learned one thing out of all this. We're in Miami, Florida.
Yep.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought we were.
Probably learn more if you listen more.
What? Oh, I thought we were in Louisiana. That's the
I thought we were in
or
New York.
in Mexico or something.
Yeah, we were in the Aztec ruins. I remember.
Yeah,
Eastern,
Aztec ruins, but also Louisiana.
It was Aztecian, like I
Eastern
corrected
Standard
myself.
in our
before.
defense.
swampy. Yeah, I don't know.
You start doing that to Headmaster Middle, and he charges at you, and he will use his multi-attack on you.
I'm very dead here.
Take my rabbit foot.
The one arm attack will hit you, and his bite will hit you. The other one's worth adding.
Could this outright kill? How do you outright kill someone?
He'd have to do
Their whole HP.
56 damage to kill me
Oh,
outright. Yeah, in one hit. I mean, if he hits me once, then he can hit me again and do 2 death save losses or whatever. So what's the first hit?
So I rolled max damage on this. I rolled a 16.
That doesn't matter. So I am out on that first hit, and he hits me again.
Correct.
So that's 2 failures.
Correct. 2 failures because he is in with 5 feet from you.
Does he hit me again?
No, he missed with one of it. His middle attack, he missed at you when you fell unconscious. I rolled that with advantage. He still missed, and his next attack, he gets you. No point of me rolling damage that he's not going to be able to do that much damage. Shah, you are up. You hear this news anchor starting to talk. I don't know if you would see it, but you know that Nate is down in the room that you just left. Your Nick just got hit and flung down to the ground and bit by a snake attack on his center chest.
Does he know you're there?
I'll go up to the camera, like right in front of it, and say, "It's real. It's all real. Everyone listening to this right now, you need to question your government. You need to go and see if the people leading you have been overtaken, because the world is being overtaken by the Yuan Ti. Please listen to me." And if I have to make a charisma check, I do want to use inspiration.
Go ahead.
16 plus 4, 20.
Yeah, and since Headmaster Middle just killed
Child on live television.
You are successful. You start hearing gaspings coming from the live microphone, and the message is clear that there are snakes. And then you start hearing screaming as people start saying there are snakes around in their news studio. But luckily, there are still elementalists around to protect the people. And you can start hearing fire spells and things happening as, "Bring that elementalist over here. Found another snake. Hurry, take out this snake over here. They're all revealing themselves. Hurry." And these elementalists are there to protect the people. Go ahead and do a saving throw, Chuck.
To fail. Or 6. He's still alive.
Nick, you want to do your saving throw?
1. I'm very much completely dead.
That's it.
Wait, don't you get 2 fails off of that, or
He got
So when I am unconscious, when he hit me, that's already 2 fails
Mhm.
because it's an instant
and
crit.
a 1 is actually 2 fails too.
1 is actually 2 fails, so I failed 4 out of my 3 times.
Oh my god.
super dead.
I am incredibly, incredibly dead.
Headmaster Middle moves all 3 of his heads around. One is kind of lower than the other. The middle head is a lot higher. Then his head on the right is in the middle. As they start moving their heads around to the left and right, and they do not hit each other because they're on different levels. And they start scanning the room for Shah that is invisible.
No, I'm not invisible.
You're not invisible anymore? Yeah,
No, I'm
okay, you
gonna die.
showed yourself?
I'm only a 5, so
Yeah, you're dead now too.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Well, what needed to happen happened. You guys warned the world.
Yay.
Yeah, hey, this is exactly how they live ended.
That's what I figured.
Headmaster Middle, after he's behind, you were behind the news desk, were you?
Yeah.
So he walks
He was
around
like
there.
I assume he was like pretty much on the news desk and kind of tossed me over right at that center camera.
Right. So he slithers on the ground, meandering towards you, Shah, very slowly, and he gives you one last chance to join him.
No, I'm like laughing and like I know I'm gonna die and like blood dribbling out of my mouth, and I take off my goggles that he gave me to help me look more normal, and I say, "Fuck you."
Shara, the humans have betrayed you. I've been giving you nothing but warmth and food. As you see around you, they are no match for the Yuan-Ti power. Join me in resurrecting Dundar, and together we will live like kings amongst the slavery of the humans.
I'm just still laughing, and I don't know. If I'm going to get another turn, I'm going to try and use an offensive spell on him because I'm like, whatever, screw this guy, and he'll have to kill me. So,
So he's going to cast Suggestion on you.
Oh. And then what happens? Did I mention that when I got knocked out and I fell down, my hand landed like this? I'm flicking off middle, whatever direction he was in.
Your middle's at middle.
My middle finger my hand fell down and I was flicking them off with the ring on it.
Your middle's at middle. That's a good joke, Casey. Take a point of inspiration.
Great. Great timing.
so suggestion is... You're casting on me, man. You got to tell me what it is.
Sorry, I thought you knew, man.
No, I know it's going to make me
You
do
just did
something, but I think it's only for one turn,
You just
if
did
I remember right.
D&D encyclopedia.
So he suggests a course of activity, which is to join him. It's a wisdom save.
I got a 1.
So he casts a suggestion on you for you to join him.
I literally crit missed.
You crit miss.
I got a 1.
All right.
Yeah.
And so his terms were to join him in resurrecting Dundar. And as he tricks you into joining him, he tilts your head back and begins stabbing you in the chest.
You're right.
Seth has been the master of deception. That's why he keeps telling you guys you guys aren't hurting him, but you are. Chuck, do you want to make a couple of death savings throws to see if you get back up?
Sure. I can't get back up, but that's a 4. That's a failure.
So now you're 2 failure, 1 pass.
Yes. Am I rolling one more time after all this time?
You roll a 20,
twice?
you get 1 hit point.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Here it is. That's a 13. Nope.
So Headmaster Middle takes Shaw's body down into the crypts of the tomb where there are other students around.
Should I roll again while this is going on? Got one more roll. I'm either going to pass or fail.
Do it.
It's a 15. I'm still alive.
You're stabilized.
Yeah. 0 HP, though.
So they bring Shah down and with the other students that have been captured. There's a couple old people looking here as they slowly begin to bring some students down here. There is Kim, and she looks pretty scrawny. And as they take the blood of these elementalists and mix all their blood together to form and start casting a spell to resurrect Dundar.
Without Kim, it would be impossible.
Oh, God.
And so the resurrection of Dunda
Succeeded.
begins and succeeds.
Wait, were you guys
How
happy
much
with
damage?
that?
How much damage did we do to him?
Yeah, how much
You were
HP?
very close. If Shah would have casted one more spell on him, he would have died. I literally was
Knew he couldn't be trusted.
so...
I'm just kidding.
It's like 216 total damage on him.
God damn.
He
I
was
was kidding, Matt.
225, but I was going to let him kill him in the next hit.
Oh man.
Are you guys happy with the ending here? Or
Yeah.
not?
Kinda, yeah.
Sure.
I think I like that we got in front of the cameras and people know that it's real. I feel like
Sometimes
the war is on.
Sometimes
So-
the ending isn't always us beating the
Also,
bad guy
I feel
by
like
fighting
it's
him.
yeah. I feel like it's very they live.
So all these snakes did kind of reveal themselves as they start getting attacked. So most of the UNT snakes that are around in the world, like even protecting people in government level, those guys have revealed themselves. And since the elementalists are still around, this spell's going to take a time to cast to resurrect Dundar. And if you notice that every time I talked about bringing Dundar back, it says Dundar will be reborn. And so when Dundar is being reborn, he's not 100 feet long snake. He is just an itty bitty baby snake.
So the revolution is on. The war is
The
on.
revolution is on. The
That's
war
what
is
we needed
on.
to do.
Until Dundar
That's all
gets
we can
big
do, right?
enough.
Well, Shah's alive, and I guess maybe I live or something. They'll probably
No, I'm
find me.
dead.
I guess I would die down there. Nobody's there to help me. I'm dead. I'm as good as dead.
You guys would also know now. Well, I guess you guys are dead, so it doesn't matter. But all the dwarves were the perfect slave. The UNT have trained all the dwarves around in the area to be the perfect slave and maintain the property without question. And that's why they have no names and they only grunt. And they have a daily routine that they always do. The dwarves were the perfect embodiment of the slave.
Is that what they wanted to make all humans into?
Correct.
Man. Well, hey,
That's-
Campaign 3 in the
Campaign 3.
books.
Yeah.
In the books.
Tune in next week for episode 0 for
in
campaign
2 weeks
4.
ish.
Or 2 weeks, yeah.
Multiple
right.
weeks.
Could be 3 weeks, depending on how this lands. I don't know.
Yeah.
We have actually, behind the mic, I don't know how much of this we're going to leave into the audio or not. But yeah, we have another episode 0 and 1 coming in 2 weeks ish. We already know who's going to be running that campaign. So tune in next time for Crit Sandwich. Thanks for sinking your teeth into Crit Sandwich. We are Crit Sandwich Podcast on Facebook. We are at Crit Sandwich on Twitter. If you like our podcast, please give us a review on iTunes or whatever other website you find your podcast on to help other people find us. If you have any feedback or would like to contribute to our random game world chart, hit us up on social media or email to send that to us at critsandwichpodcast@gmail.com.